All right, this is the third recording I got of Turdz vs. Smokes, game 3. So far, Turdz has had all the first turns. Who was first turn this time? Doesn't say. Do I remember? I don't remember. Let's skip ahead and see if we can see a move. We're sort of just recreating games. I was doing other stuff and just left my computer on and sometimes reloaded it, but usually didn't, so we're skipping ahead a lot of moves. All right, so Turdz had first turn, and Turdz went 9, 9, 3, 4, and 4, which is not really a defensive side because anything he puts next to it can be taken, and is not really an aggressive side because anything Smokes puts next to it, or at least Smokes is a safe option next to it. So a sort of obvious reply to 4 for Smokes would have been 9, 9, 3, 4, and 1, when I assumed Turdz' plan was to go in 7, but Smokes then has some L options. He doesn't really have a good way to set up 5, so it's not super clean or comfortable for him, but I would think that should favor Smokes a little. On the other hand, I kind of like his move because I kind of hate Turdz' hand. Turdz has these two opposite corners, and then, of course, 8-7-6-5s are very versatile, but they're for the same corners, which means he has a lot of value facing down left and up right, and not much facing up left or down right. And I like occupying the corner there that's available that suddenly says, what's Turdz' hand doing? 3, 2, 9, 9, and 6 is the only capture. It can be comboed back from 5, but it can also maybe just be like taken, or 9 could be recaptured, depending on how it goes. 9 might not be so safe to recapture. But I like this. It makes it kind of difficult for Turdz' hand. And we have a question of, what do you do when you're in this kind of situation? The answer is you don't play side starters. But if you have played a side starter because some evil demon forced you to over your shoulder, how do you follow this up? You can go for 5. Are there appealing setups in 5? I don't think so. I'm not seeing it immediately, at least. So 5's kind of out. I think sometimes people go 3, but 3 is, first of all, really chaotic. Second of all, there might not be a card you can afford to put there. If you play something like 3, 2, 9, 9, you have given up your only threat in 6. If you play 5, 6, 7, 8, you don't even control 7 anymore. If you play 8, 3, 8, 7, that's really clumsy for you to take back. All of these are really clumsy to take back. 8, 7, 6, 5 is sort of the only card you can take back, but it doesn't set up anything. It's just really clumsy moves. So what I think you usually want to do is force the action in 1 or 7. And here, given that Smokes doesn't have captures, at least in 1, you can do something in 7. That's kind of the way to try, but it's going to be clumsy because Smokes will not just be able to capture anything you put in 7. He's going to be able to capture it multiple ways. Incidentally, I should say, check what the rules are here. This is level 8. This does have plus well on. Okay, so things are covered that I thought were covered. All right. So I'm going to guess Turdz went in 7 here, but clumsy position. I might not actually have the move. Oh, we do have 7. Okay. So if you're Smokes, a couple options. You could just play safely in 1, because this did not set up a threat in 8. And anything Turdz puts in 8, you have some play against. 3, 4, 9, 9 will have captures. And if you put 9, 9, 3, 4, and 1, there's no combos against 3, 4, 9, 9. So for instance, 9, 9, 3, 4, 1, something in 8 you take with 3, 4, 9, 9, you're up 6, 4. You're probably not losing that one. You're probably not losing that. You might not win it, but you're probably not losing it. More ambitious is to go in 8. And then you have a choice between 3, 4, 9, 9 and 2, 8, 7, 8. And a lot of that choice is, presuming neither set up combos for your opponent and they don't, is which is a more useful card to hold on to. Now, if you go in 8, the first moves to check are 5 and 6. And one thing I notice is if 3, 2, 9, 9 ever lands in 6, we did have 2, 8, 7, 8, and 5 as our punish, but there's another punish too. There's 3, 4, 9, 9, and 2, when 9, 9, 3, 4 has basically sames, not quite a same in 3, but basically sames in 3 and 5. And that setup's in the air. And that draws me towards using 2, 8, 7, 8 first. But of course, you'd want to do more calculation than this. I'm not actually sure which is a better endgame sweeper. 3499 can hit 8s up, and there are 8s up in both hands that may land in that middle row. But 2878 maybe can pick stuff, more stuff side to side. Not actually clear, because 2878 can't necessarily take 5678 8's 8, and 3499 can take 3299's 9. So it's not obvious there. I my instinct would be 2878 and 8. Yeah. And I guess that's all I've got. So let's think a little longer. I believe this game ended up in a tie, but I'm not sure. I also think it might have been the game where Stuff said he thought there was a good move in 1 instead of 5, and I think Turdz played 5 here, but I'm not actually sure. Smokes should be in decent shape after 5, right? God, I hate that I'm saying that. Not that, anyway, okay. If you followed my recent videos, you know I don't like my recent vocal tick. Okay, so if 5, not sure exactly where Smokes goes, but it's hard to imagine he's not doing okay. For instance, something 5, Smokes plays 6, Turdz takes it from 3, Smokes plays 3, 4, 9, 9, and 5, and 2. That's going to flip 5, and it's going to be safe to 1. That's going to be enough to tie. So Smokes should tie pretty comfortably against 5. If 3, 2, 9, 9, and 6, I'm not actually going to count it out because these videos are being done very lazily. I imagine 3, 4, 9, 9, and 2 is at least a fun idea to have in the air, but you could probably play other places as well. But a fun idea and a scary looking one. And Smoke suggested something in 1. Or sorry, Stuff suggested something in 1. 1 point is the only thing that can capture that is going to be 3499, and that's covered by 3299. There could be some play there. It's kind of hard for Smokes to stick something in 5. Yeah, I don't feel like counting it out, so I'll say that looks potentially promising. And that'll be the coverage of this game. Sorry for these videos. I grabbed them while very much on the move and doing stuff, and I do not have the energy to go through them now, but I did want to get more videos up, and at least we can put up something cheerful and confused and not particularly technical or thoughtful. As I hope is apparent, I have not run these games through the solver, so I can't like pretend I have brilliant takes here that I do not in fact have, though I think I very rarely do that. But yeah, okay. We looked at some games. Those were some games. And hopefully next time I catch stuff live and have more brain power going. I'm running on very bad sleep for now, too long. Hopefully we get back to normal brain operations soon as well.